Now, recently, someone asked me, what's the one piece of DJ equipment that came along and just changed everything for you? And I think the one I appreciated the most was the Technics SL-1200 Mark II. Now, I started DJing in '84, and these things came out in the late '70s, I believe, but I didn't have access to them until about '92. What we used was all records, and the turntables were not good turntables. They were usually Radio Shack belt-driven turntables. They had plastic bodies. They were really lightweight. I think you could buy them for like 40 bucks a piece at Radio Shack. And the platters had the rubber mat on them. We had to have the rubber mat on the platters because of the cheap construction of the body. They were belt driven. So there, inside of the turntable there was a motor and a belt kind of wrapped around the inside of the platter. And there was no start and stop, by the way, so you'd pick up the tone arm and you'd move it over and it would go click. And when it went click, the turntable would start moving. Now, no pitch control, by the way. So that's out. The tone arm was completely straight, and there was something on the end of it that looked like a head shell but wasn't a head shell. It was just a little thing you could stick a needle into, and you were limited on what needle you could use. The needle that you could use on those weren't very good for records. Whenever you cue a record back, it would burn a groove really bad with the needle. So you get cue burn on any needle after time, but it would happen real fast on these cheap hard needles that they had on these cheap turntables. The motor was really noisy, so you'd hear the motor coming through the tone arm. Woom, woom, woom. That rubber was the only thing keeping it from being even worse. So yeah, it was a drag, and it took about a revolution and a half for the platter to get up to speed. So no anti-skate, no tone arm adjustment, no direct drive, no pitch, no stop button. So the way it would work is we'd put a record on, we'd move the needle over, it would start, so we'll simulate that, click, revolution and a half for it to get started, and then we'd have to try to find our groove. Okay, then we have to bring it back, but not just a little bit, not just like that. We'd have to go back a revolution and a half for this thing to get up to speed. And no slip mat, so you'd have to hold the record physically like this until it was time to let it go. Talk about really tough to mix records. Sometimes they had a pitch on it, but it wasn't very good. We did our best to mix. We tried to match up our BPMs as close as possible. But in 1992, I started working at a nightclub downtown, and they had a set of these in the booth. They just changed everything. Immediate break, start, you're up to speed almost immediately. Anti-skate, so no problems with the backspin, no skipping. You had to be careful with that backspin too, because they would skate and skip. Pitch control, so slow it down, speed it up with ease. Wow, what a game changer for me. Not the newest piece of technology, but the one I think I appreciated the most when I finally had access to it was this guy right here. I can't think of anything else. And there have been a lot of things. I mean, I think back, CDs were huge. That was a big game changer. Digital files, battery-powered speakers, LED lights, battery-powered anything has really made a big difference in my career as a DJ. Things like the Maui 5 Go, any LED light, easy controlling lights. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff that's come along that's really made things great, but this I think I appreciated the most. So anyway, just a quick video for you, trying to do it in one take, so forgive me for any stutters I made there. What piece of equipment changed everything for you? Let us know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, practice, and enjoy.